Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. So I will be asking every one of you, not my 92% and not my 80%, because they do not, that this question is not for them. So I am going to ask you, both white men, white women, and all the people that gathered around, you all rallied yourself around and you voted for this project administration. How great is it now? How are you doing? How is the maga in you? Because so far it is about to pull your hair. God doesn't like ugly. So how are you people coping? I'm not asking you how you are coping because I want to actually know how you are coping. Because at this point in time, Medicare is about to be cut off, right? And this is also one of the things Black people warn everybody about. Now, I remember them always saying that Black people do not read. This is what people always say. But Black people have been predicting for you people back to back, back to back. Project 2025, unfortunately, you people did not read it. Or maybe you read it, but because you thought he's your own person, you all wanted to present the race according to them. They wanted someone that looked like them, and then they got someone that looked like them, and someone that looked like them is now showing them another side of him. So how great is it at this point in time? Because if this peradventure they cut this Medicaid, you already know what time it is. It is about to really be tougher. Let's get into this video.
MAGA down front for a second. As Trump and Elon Musk cut your Medicaid, your Social Security benefits, your veterans benefits, and all the other programs and SNAPs and all that, as he's cutting that and taking it away from you, the ones who put him in there, the ones who run around to his rally, the ones who are constantly worshiping him and bowing down to him and agreeing with everything he does. When he takes all that from you guys, that is already in the making, they're already in the Senate, in the Congress, voting on that budget to cut your Medicaid, cut that $800 and something billion dollars off of your Medicaid. Guess who's getting all those benefits? Guess. You know those white Africans, South Africans over there, they claim is being treated badly, genocide and all that. Well, he's bringing all them over here. As a matter of fact, they're here. I think they got here yesterday. He's bringing them white South Africans over here. And he's bringing them under the refugee status. Which means, guess who's going to be getting your SNAP? Guess who's going to be getting your Social Security? And guess who's going to be getting your Medicaid benefits? You know, all those programs that y'all hate that people like the Venezuelans were getting, housing and SNAP and Social Security and Medicaid. Well, those South Africans are getting it. You won't get it anymore. Yeah, you and me, Mom, them going to be shit out of luck. You won't be able to go to the doctors anymore on the Medicaid. Your SNAP benefits are going to be cut down to y'all to be counting rice grains out of the bag, trying to ration them out to your families. All that stuff. He says you don't need it. It's fraud and abuse when you get it. And they need to cut it. But when it's his pick that he wants over here, those racist white South Africans, he's rolling out the carpet for them. There's no limit to what they can get. Y'all benefits get cut, right? Y'all don't know where your next meal coming from, some of you. And it's happening because you ushered it in. Based on your hatred. You ushered this season in on yourself, and what the real slap in the face is, you won't be getting it. But the other people that he's bringing in, the ones that are going to take y'all place for him. See, Trump never really liked y'all. He did MAGA. He never really liked y'all. Y'all were an embarrassment. As a matter of fact, I remember it being reported that when y'all went up there and raided the Congress, when y'all went up there and stormed the Capitol, Trump was sitting back talking about y'all ass like a dog. He was talking about y'all like a dog. Talking about you look all country and look at them. They don't look like, y'all weren't uniformed enough. He said that it was just an embarrassment y'all running around looking like that. Yeah, that guy. As soon as he got through using y'all for that, threw y'all a little bone by letting those J6ers off, by pardoning them. All part of his game. Keep y'all hung, keep y'all sprung. But as soon as he gives you something, he turn around and takes a whole bunch of more shit back. So you got your January 6ers back, but you done lost your SNAP benefits, you done lost your Medicaid, you done lost your Social Security, you done lost your veterans benefits, you done lost jobs, yeah. But don't worry about them South Africans coming, they're gonna get everything y'all getting taken. They're getting everything y'all have taken away, huh? How about that? Is it great again yet? Y'all still sniffing up Donald Trump's butt. You probably are, though, because, you're a glutton for punishment. You never learn. But, hey, it is what it is, right? So, happy Tuesday. And, happy losing your benefits. And, I'm so glad somebody else get them. So, y'all going to sit back and watch the South Africans live off of y'all. You're going to watch them live good. Getting the shit y'all used to get. And they probably ain't even have to commit fraud. He's going to give them the 100% benefit on everything. Watch. Unlike some of y'all who was out here frauding the food stamps and frauding Section 8 and, Yeah, we know y'all was up on. We know what y'all was doing. But, we don't care. It ain't our money. Well, it is, but, we really didn't care. So, what you thought was going to happen to everybody but you? Y'all be sure to welcome them South Africans over here, right? Okay.
So they are definitely kicking people off of Medicaid. House Republicans passed their oversight bill. They're getting rid of the Medicaid. So that's right, every single time they got in front of a camera, every time they stood on the House floor, every time they opened up their mouths to say, we're not going to touch it, we're not going to go after your Medicaid, you all kept coming to us saying we're fear-mongering. They're not doing that. They're doing it. They can talk all they want about reforming the program, preserving it. It's not happening, okay? These tax cuts, these tax breaks that they want to give to the billionaires is their only agenda in Congress. They don't care about passing any laws that are supposed to help people out. They don't care about any legislation that is supposed to be looking out for the American voter. They don't care about the no tax on tips. They don't care about the no tax on overtime. They don't care about the no tax on Social Security. They don't want you to have any of those things anyway. The only way they can find the money to give to the richest of us in this country, and definitely the new white South Africans that they have brought over here, is by getting rid of your Medicaid. Let's take stock in what's happened over the last few months, okay? Farmers all over the country losing their business, losing their market share because of these tariffs. Small businesses losing their revenue and their market share in this country. Red states that are being decimated by natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, all sorts of things just in these last few months. Not getting any FEMA help, not getting any resources to help you fix those problems. And to top it all off, they are getting rid of your Medicaid. Plain and simple. You will not be able to go and visit the hospital and get medical care at a reasonable price. But instead of addressing any of those things, instead of questioning any of those things, the trending topic that's all through conservative social media is black fatigue. That's what you guys want to worry about? I'm gonna tell you like this, that fatigue is not from black people. That fatigue is from living a life that has been made so so difficult by the people you elected that you don't have the energy to do anything else but be racist. That is where that fatigue comes from. And you know what? Don't expect a reprieve. Don't expect there to be any help coming your way from the people that you voted for, because they are cutting your Medicaid.
Tried to warn them. We've been saying for years that Republicans want to take away their benefits. They want to make your life harder. We said it months ago. They're trying to take away your benefits, but we were called fearmongers. They told us to calm down. Oh, don't worry, we're not going to do that. Well, guess what we found out today? We found out that House Republicans want to cut $800 billion of Medicaid and benefits. That is in the proposal. And guess who has the majority? The people you put there. We tried warning you. We tried telling you this was a possibility. And unfortunately, these people did not want to listen. And the irony about all of this is that they think it's going to hurt us. The 13 million that are going to be affected by this are mostly these guys. Yes, some of us are in it too, but a majority of the people that use it are their own constituent. Their xenophobia, their misogyny, their Ray-Rayness is so bad that they're going to end up hurting the people that put them there. The irony of it all, and the sad part about all of this, even though they're about to cut their benefits, there are some a part of that culture that would still support them. They would still pick them in future contests, despite the fact they're about to make their lives harder. So let's see what happens. Maybe this will be the wake-up call that will make some of them wake up and finally go, fine, we're ready to listen now. So stay hopeful, trust your gut, and always know you're not crazy.
On gutting Medicaid, and I need you to understand why you should. Yes, even if you are someone who does not use it. If they go through with this, everybody who has private insurance, our payments are going to skyrocket. And hospitals are about to start closing down because our healthcare system is already quite weak. And I know that they're trying to push and say that this is for the middle class America, but I promise you this has nothing to do with us. And please remember what Trump's tax breaks actually look like and who they're actually for. It's not for the majority of America. It's not for the middle class. In fact, with their plan, our taxes increase. This is one example of how we need to care about things, even if we feel like they don't directly affect us, because eventually it's going to. This administration repeatedly says that they're not shutting down certain departments and certain benefits that are given to the American people. They might not be officially shutting them down, but what they do is pretty much defund them to the point that they cannot run at all. So y'all need to reach out to your Congress people and basically make sure they don't do this, because they're going to hurt all of us.
We have the Medicaid cuts. Very late last night, the Energy and Commerce Committee released their proposed cuts for the budget reconciliation, and here's what's in it. An 80-hour per month work requirement for any able-bodied adult without dependents. An increase in eligibility verification from once a year to twice a year. A 5% boost in federal funding that happened during COVID would be removed. Immigrants would be required to show proof of citizenship to receive Medicaid. States that provide it without the proof of citizenship will lose federal funding. The provider tax that some states use to pay for big portions of their Medicaid programs would be removed. A preliminary report from the Congressional Budget Office has estimated that over 8 million people will lose health care because of these cuts. Those would mostly be children in poverty and senior citizens. There would be large impacts on hospitals' ability to stay open and also nursing homes, just as the boomers are going into them. And just as a reminder, this is all to pay for tax giveaways to Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. These proposals will get rolled up into the other committees' proposals for budget reconciliation. The House will need to vote on the whole package, and then so will the Senate. This is not subject to the filibuster, so it will be simple majority up and down both chambers. Call your reps. Especially if you have Republican representatives in the House of Representatives, because there are many moderate Republicans who are already in danger for the midterms, and they know it, and they have publicly stated they won't vote for Medicaid cuts. They're starting to try to spin these cuts as waste, fraud, and abuse, not cuts, but they are 100% cuts.
This is all I got from this video, and I am going to ask this. Why is it that each time Black people speak to this group of people, most especially about some certain things, that they don't listen to Black people? Knowing fully well that all through the period they have lived with Black people, each time they tell them something, it's just like the way Black people predict, not like predicting, they tell you this is going to happen. And you think it's a joke, and it happens. Let's assume that you told me something the first, the second, the third time, and the same way you said it, it happened the same way, right? How is it hard for me to know that man, this person actually understand how this system works? He or she knows, or they know this thing better than I do. Why wouldn't I, listen to them full time? Why do they keep repeating, making the same mistake? And then the worst part is tell them something like, this thing is Black people's kind of thing, or it benefits Black people. Trust me, they will never, ever want to associate themselves with that, with whatever that is. And then in the end, you find out that they just keep deceiving them with just tiny something, just by associating something with Black people alone. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I have watched them operate like this. Affirmative action, the same thing. Obama, the same thing. The same thing. Like the same pattern. And still, the same people are not looking for a way to sort their problems out. Like, what kind of adamant is this? Because this cannot be me. Is America actually great at this point in time? Because so far what I am saying is disturbing. Make sure you call your people. Call your congressmen, the senators, your representative. Because if this happens, it's going to be tough. Black people actually said it. Project 2025 is something you did not read. And then in the end, they keep telling us, like, the whole thing is just, they keep saying that Black people don't read. They said if you want to deceive a Black person, put something in writing or give him a book that he will not read it, that it is the other people that will read it. This is something that they've been saying about people that look like me. But now what is going on? Because this is not clear. It is not clear. There is need to reverse. Yeah, you heard me right. I am going to draw the curtain here, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.